Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Mischief, where we talk about my favorite thing in the entire world, god damn cryptocurrency. That's right. We are here today with some special guests. We actually have three special guests today from the team at Pulse Capital. Pulse Capital is a brand new platform which is launching on PulseChain very, very soon, and it's run by three great people, right? And we have them all on stream today. We're having a bit of an issue with getting the avatars of two of the team members up, but they are here in audio. And we have Moonshot Max, who is up as well, and he's got his video working. So we're almost there. Technical difficulties. That's why we're a bit late to the stream. Today we're going to be covering the pre-sale, which is coming up for Pulse Capital, which is going to be, I think it's going to be a big one, to be honest. I have that feeling in my gut that it's going to be a banger of a project. And we also have the platform to go through. We're going to go through, everything, so you're all up to speed on what's going on with that. So I'm going to bring the guys in, and we're going to get going with everything today for the project Pulse Capital. How you guys doing today? Welcome to the channel.
Hey, Crypto Mischief in the house. How's it going?
Good, man. Very well. Very well. Just trying to unmute all the mics.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, got it. We're all good. Okay, yeah. So welcome, Max. How are you today? How are you?
Man, listen, I just had about 6 hours of sleep, been working hard for the past few days. You know, I kind of was asleep, and then I woke up in shock, like, what time is it? Did I miss the AMA? So I read, and brushed my teeth, and then ran downstairs and I put on the mic. And then now you're telling me that I can't see Nomad, I can't see Math. I'm like, these StreamYard stuff, I don't know what's going on, but I'm super excited to be here, of course, and to talk to you about the platform and the project. And yeah, man.
Yeah, because to make it clear, so Pulse Capital is a three-man team, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Listen, I can't do no front-end dev design. I can't do no back-end dev design. Listen, Math been designing the code for 8 months. He's been battle testing this code from the ground up. This is not like a fork of anything that's ever been done. This is a concept that the team came up with, and Math and Nomad are the guys that's bringing it to life right here on the screen. I'm just a little lonely man here trying to market, and to share the good word about the platform. But yeah, it's a team effort, and I'm very excited to be a part of this team because these guys, they've been in the space since 2017. So they work with a lot. Actually, let them tell you their experience and all that stuff. But I could talk on and on. So
yeah, so we have Math. Math, your work on the smart contracts, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Cool. Yeah, that's Math here. You can't see him, but he is here, like God, right? We also have Nomad on the stream as well. Nomad is he's the man you can thank for the beautiful UI that's been created, right, for this project as well, which looks really nice. The site looks fantastic. Done a great job, Nomad. You here? He's here somewhere. He's here. Hopefully. So yeah, so there is a pre-sale for Pulse Capital, which is coming up very soon actually. I like how you guys have been kind of teasing us with the launch of a new project for ages, and then you come out with it, and the pre-sale is really close actually. If we have it up here on the screen. Yeah, so it's in 2 days, 25 hours and 45 minutes. Is that correct?
Yes, definitely.
Excellent.
We wanted to build out a protocol, a project, and have everything ready. When everybody sees it, they're good to go. Like I hate going to a dinner sometimes at somebody's house, and then you get there and the chef, the host is still cooking, and I'm like, wait, isn't dinner at 7 o'clock? How come?
Yeah,
I'm kind of hungry, right? I want to eat now, right? But crypto's kind of like the same thing. Like you participate in a pre-sale most of the time, and then the team takes 3 weeks, a month and a half to launch the project to get the UI going, to get all these things going. And we said to ourselves, no, we want to make sure that everything is already live and direct, so people could see that this project is already built out. So after our pre-sale ends, on November the 5th, I believe, at 12 a.m. November the 6th at 12 a.m. EST. We are going to launch just a couple days later. Like, it's going to be, pre-sale then launch. We don't need to wait on anything. So yeah.
Nah, that's great because I mean there've been a couple plays recently that I've gone into which have said this, and then it's been months and then no activity. But I know with you guys, when you say something, you do it because it's from past performance of all the things that here we just have a comment here from Ray saying Atropine Dev Nomad best skins in the game. Yeah, Atropine, I was in that. I think it's still running actually because I'm still farming there.
Yeah,
it's a great
for
great
a year now.
Yeah, exactly. Great, easy UI, works perfectly, and really great PulseChain app as well. So that is that's Nomad. Nomad, I had you muted by accident. Sorry about that. You are here though, right?
Can you hear me?
He's here. All right, good.
Nomad's here. Yay!
Thanks for all the accolades, man.
Yeah, no problem. Devs sometimes don't get their flowers,
Well, in the dev space, yes, for real. They get more flack than praise.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, so talk in more detail. Tell us about this, how this pre-sale is going to work. Then I have a couple questions, even from some DMs today, from some investors who aren't even sure how to get some capital into PulseChain. So I think we should talk a bit about the pre-sale, how it works, and also onboarding as well. For anyone who's, I think a lot of people listening know about PulseChain and how to get onto it, but it's always important to talk about these things too, I think.
We could start with the pre-sale page over here, guys. And of course, you want to make sure that you click on join team, Crypto Mischief's team, of course. And you would like to deposit your DAI right into, his team over here. So if I click join team, you'll see this box that comes up, right? And the box is asking you for DAI. Now, this is the stable coin, right, that has been bridged from ETH in order to be on PulseChain, right? This is not PDAI, right? I repeat, this is not PDAI, the token that we hope is going to make it to $1, but this is actually worth $1. And one of the reasons why we wanted to have the DAI stable coin, right? Because we don't know how Pulse price action is going to be. So why not take a stable coin now, and then we're able to start creating things and use that once the market is going up or down, whatever's going on, we are safe with the DAI, right? So then you're just gonna click on how much DAI you want to participate with. The minimum is $50 and the max is $5,000. And then you are going to approve it. After you approve it, and then you are going to sign for the transaction, and then you are good to go. You have deposited into the Crypto Mischief team, and then you're just going to wait patiently for launch day, where you are going to be able to claim your tokens right on the dash right here. So right here, as you can see, guys, it says claim tokens. It's been fuzzed out a little bit, blurred out over here, because we don't want you to be focused on that at the moment. We want you to be focused on Crypto Mischief joining his team. And after the launch day comes, we are going to be able to claim our tokens over here. So you are going to get 2 tokens, right? You are going to get the native token, which is called PCAP. Pulse Capital token, and you also going to get a secondary token, which is used in the ecosystem in Capital Farms, in the Hearts Fund and the Stock Vault, which is called the Stock Token. So these are 2 different tokens that you are going to get. You could use different strategies and pair it up in order to LP stake it. You could use the PCAP on Capital Farms. You could use the Stock Token in the Stock Vault. You could do a whole bunch of things right here. And that's pretty much it for the pre-sale. Now, if you don't know how to get to the DAI token, right, it's pretty simple. There's the Richard Hart bridge, right? Let me see. You can go to the Richard Hart bridge, of course. You can use that. We also like to use changenow.io.
Okay. I think also SparkSwap is another option as well, right?
Yeah, SparkSwap bridge is another option. You could bridge from Arbitrum and BNB straight into Pulse.
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah,
And
yes, that's right.
then you go to PulseX and you swap out your Pulse tokens for your DAI, right? I don't know if you want me. Actually, let me stop sharing my screen real quick, and let me just show that process, just so people could see, just for the newbies out there, because I know you guys are a little. Sometimes it is a little strange. Sometimes. Let me go to PulseX.
All right, I'll add your screen back, right?
Here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Perfect.
That was me just hiding all of Max's seed phrases.
So let me blow this up.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, this is the PulseX here. Yeah.
So this is PulseX. Yep.
And you're built on top of PulseX, right? The project will be built on top of PulseX. Is that how I understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Definitely. Math could definitely talk about that. After I just showed this quick piece right here.
Sure.
This is the PulseX, right? You're gonna go to Exchange, and then this is gonna pop up. Obviously, you have your Pulse tokens in your wallet. You're gonna click the down arrow over here, and then you're gonna choose DAI. It says DAI from Ethereum, right?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna click on that, and then you're gonna swap it out. That's how you get your DAI. So you don't have to swap it out with Pulse. Obviously, if you got PulseX, you got Hex, you got any other Pulse token, you could swap it out for your DAI, and then you're going to be able to use it for the pre-sale. Hopefully that was a good explanation.
Yeah. It's PulseX works pretty much like PancakeSwap, but it's on PulseChain, and it doesn't have any of the V3 or anything confusing about it. It is straight up. You can just swap tokens very quickly, very easily. So it's that's PulseChain basically. It's the best swapper on PulseChain for sure. Yep, and I'll do a video on my channel when we're ready for the pre-sale as well, so I can show how to bridge and all these kind of things. The boring stuff, we can do that in other videos. Yeah, so for the pre-sale, we have here, Elite Hacking Nation says, Max, talk about the distribution of the pre-sale, 25 PCAP, 75% stock. Would that be accurate or not?
Yes,
or not
that'll
decided?
be
yes.
I believe Matt should be able to answer that question, because I know he's tweaking the numbers a little bit.
Yeah. And so
hey Matt,
for these,
can you answer that question?
So I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes,
you're here.
Awesome. Yeah. So for the pre-sale users who contributed DAI, they will essentially be able to claim stock tokens and then PCAP at a 25-75 ratio. So if you put them $100, you're going to get $25 worth of PCAP and $75 worth of stock. And then for the DAI that we're receiving from the users, 75% of the DAI goes to creating the stock tokens, because the stock token is essentially pegged LP, right? And then the remaining funds are distributed a few different ways, but mostly going to add liquidity to the PCAP.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know. It's a while since I've had a pre-sale on PulseChain as well, so I think this is going to be a big one in my, there are a couple platforms that I'm still using on PulseChain, but there's not been a new one, which has piqued my interest for a while, actually. So, and I think a lot of people also watching today will kind of feel the same way, that we need new dApps on PulseChain for sure, to bring in more capital, to bring in more excitement. So this is the one I've got my eye on for sure. As soon as Max said, you saw yourself there from the pre-sale page. Look at the who's who of influencers or crypto enthusiasts, whatever you want to call them, which are listed there. Like you've reached out to every single corner of some of them. I've watched their channel. We see Janny here. Hell yeah, a brand new dApp. Exactly my thoughts, man. Exactly my thoughts. Yeah.
I would say that, I've always been in this space. When I first started to do my channel, 2.5 years ago, I said to myself, I really want to network with a lot of people, and I enjoy watching these channels. Like I enjoy watching your channel. Like I watch it almost every day. Stunner's channel, Jamie's channel. Like I watch all these guys, and I respect what they say on the screen because they usually show all the best, top projects. So when I reached out to them, I was very happy that they said yes, and they put their trust in us. Because like I told everybody, this is not, a super degen type of farm that's going to, die out, because we have a lot of farms that come and they pump and then they die and then the excitement is gone. But this right here is a stepping stone to a bigger and better platform that we are trying to build. And Math could definitely elaborate on this hashtag build on PulseX, because I think the DeFi narrative is changing, where people don't want 25,000 APR, 5-6% a day. They look attractive, but everybody knows that it won't last, right? But we said to ourselves, how are we going to accommodate people that have the DeFi itch, right? But still give them a platform that they could go to in March, April, or May of next year, and they'll be happy with their returns. So I think Math should definitely build. Talk about the hashtag build on PulseX.
Yeah, let's get some hashtags in the live chat too, right? Hashtag let's go Math.
Hello, Math.
I'm here.
Yeah, cool. So, do you want to tell us a little? Yeah. So it's quite mysterious, actually, how this all works. Because so we've got 2 token ecosystem, and with the what was it called again? Stock and PCAP, right?
Yep.
Okay. So how is it? What's the big picture? How is it all going to work?
So the PCAP is essentially the emission-based token for the platform. And stock is a way to essentially enter the platform vault system, which is the stock vault, right? So PCAP kind of has the main attention of all of the farms. It's what people will be essentially earning dividends in from the capital farms, and a portion from the Heart Fund. And stock is a way for users to kind of compound their value into, and with essentially no downsides, which you could see on some farm tokens, right? And there's also a few ways. There's a few ways we're utilizing PCAP as well, right? So there's some kind of native farm for PCAP as well, and we also have a farm for which you can pair up PCAP and stock tokens.
Okay, yeah. So that would be why for the pre-sale then the PCAP is 25%, because it's the emission token.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the stock token will be the kind of store of value, usually more so than an emission token, of course. So yeah, that's smart. Okay, so here's the farms which will be on offer. Nice. So you pair the liquidity on PulseX for this?
Yeah. So for the Heart Fund, you would need the PulseX liquidity, and you would also need stock, right? So for Heart Fund, you would have to add about 25% worth of the dollar value in stock and 75% worth of LP.
Okay, but we're looking at now is the farms or the Heart Fund?
This is the Heart Fund.
Heart Fund, okay. See, okay, yeah, because on the site, so it says earn, you have Capital Farm, Heart Fund, and Stock Vault, right?
Yeah.
So why three areas to earn?
So there's a few different components that each section has, right? So the Capital Farm is more of the kind of normal farming that you would see on other sites, right? We are actually reapplicating all of the dividends, which is why it's built on PulseX, and then we're reusing all of this dividends to benefit everyone on the protocol as well. The Heart Fund is allowing you to match up some of the value with stock at a higher ratio. This is because the Heart Fund is actually paying out more, but because we're subsidizing some of the actual rewards with the reapplication, the Heart Fund is actually going to have less of an impact than the normal farm, even though it's paying out more. And then the Stock Vault is for users to stake their stock tokens long term.
Okay. So we have the word there. Word of the day: rehypothecation. Okay, so I think that was a term actually originally phrased in DeFi by the great forex shark. I don't know where he is, but where and the I think it was from like 2022 possibly, where the idea is, yeah, that the funds are being put into PulseX, into pairs. They earn the incentive token Inc, right? And then the incentive token is then sold to then fund the heart. Is that right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the re-up application, I believe the majority of it is actually converted into stock, and then those
Okay.
stock are then earning more dividends to pay everyone in the stock vault as well. And then there's some parts that are taken as fees. There are some parts that are used for marketing, right? Some parts using to buying up, right? So, but the majority of it remains in stock to continuously grow and pay people in the stock pool more and more, right?
Okay, cool. So we have a question here from Elite Hacker Nation. He says, "What do you mean no downside? It's paired with LP, so it's more so a stable coin, basically, in terms of less volatility." As a question, this would be for stock token, I think.
Yeah. So the stock token, since it's paired to actual liquidity, it's pegged to liquidity. That means that it's both less volatile and it's essentially storing funds with no sell pressure, right? So at any time you can either convert or sell your stock tokens at a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning that you're never going to lose the actual amount of tokens that you put in. And then the dollar value for the tokens is also a lot less volatile because it has kind of this sword and shield impact that we've seen in the past.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and so here we're looking at the stock vault, right?
Yeah.
Stock vault.
Just to say, the stock token is technically a LP token, right? A die wrap PLS, right? It's a 1-to-1 ratio where if you have an LP token, which is die wrap PLS, it's technically the stock token, right? So what we've created here is a way for a LP to be bonded to more LPs, right? So imagine you have an LP pair, the die wrap PLS, and you're also staking stock token. Basically, it's like LP times 2 in a sense, right? That same LP times 2. So it's more concrete, right? It's less volatile because you got more DAI in there for it to be stable. But it also has the PLS aspect to the stock token, where if the price of PLS rises, then the price of the stock token will rise as well. So when you convert your stock token back to, let's say, another token, it still have the 1-to-1 ratio of you getting that value. So can the value go down? Yes, it can, because the die wrap PLS value can go down, right? The LP value because of the PLS. But can it go up as well in value? Of course it can, because if PLS does a 10x, then the LP token is going to be worth a lot more, which thus the stock token will be worth a lot more. So the stock token is tied directly to the LP pair. Hopefully I was right, Math?
Yep, you spot on.
Okay. So in theory, but then the stock token will be able to be traded on dexes where you can purchase it with PulseChain or DAI to buy more stock token, right?
So the stock token mainly is going to have to be either converted from LP into stock, but we do have some pools paired up with it in the capital farm. So there is some possibility to essentially buy it directly as well.
Okay. But also, so it wouldn't be, for example, you wouldn't be able to buy it on PulseX.
You would be able to buy it on PulseX because of
I would, yeah.
Yeah, but the liquidity. So the thing is, because of how it's structured, there's always going to be a larger liquidity on the actual stock token itself than anyone pairing up with it, right? So if you pair up, let's say Pulse and stock, the stock token itself is liquidity, right? So there's always going to be a greater amount of stock, right? So if you're selling or buying large amounts of stock, it's a lot more beneficial to convert than to buy it off of PulseX.
Okay. So then we take the stock token, we stake it in the stock vault, and it has a time duration, right? Stake duration on the I guess it's longer pays better. Usually is how we play.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, so 100-day max for 300% APR. And the rewards, you get the rewards out, and which token comes out as the rewards from the
So you're
vault?
getting paid more stock tokens essentially, and then the
Okay.
rewards itself comes from all of the reapplication, from the user itself, and other parts of the platform. All of those fees that we're collecting, the additional reapplication, all of that gets funneled back into the stock vault.
Okay. And because you said before, like the stock token is essentially an LP of PulseChain token, Pulse token, and DAI, right?
Correct. Yeah.
How does it hold that relation? How does it hold the value? Is it because of the funds behind it, backing it? Like, what's it backed by?
So it's as you mentioned itself, it's actually backed by Pulse and DAI, right? So
Yeah.
currently the total liquidity for Pulse DAI, I believe, is about 20 or 30 million, right? And the majority, like the greater majority, I'd say like 98% of that is essentially on PulseX farming, right? So the idea here is essentially that you're able to keep all of those dividends and also earn fees and other revenue from the platform, right? So essentially, so the APR is for stock vault. If you're doing the larger, the max stakes, you're essentially guaranteed to make at least the PulseX revenue because you're earning all of that reapplication and you're earning all of these other rewards as well.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a zapper in a way, right?
For the rewards.
Well, for stock token, I'm trying to get my head. I've never seen. I can't think of a token that does this.
Is it? Are you thinking more so like the sparkler in a sense?
No, well,
It's-
the staking mechanism I get, but it's like if you're going to take the if essentially like stock token is you were saying it is pulse token with DAI token, right? Because it's backed by it. But then people can buy and trade stock tokens. So of course, if more people buy it, then the price of it will go up.
So the price, so the price could always appreciate if people are buying it off of the actual PulseX, right? But it's a lot more beneficial to directly convert it because if you convert it, there's no trading fees, right? So if I have 100 LP, right, or let's say $100 worth of LP, if I spend $100 buying off PulseX, I'll be getting 99.97, right? But if I convert it, I'm keeping the $100, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Also think about the fees as well, because the platform is going to be generating fees. So like the stock token is basically like a super saiyan of the LP, right? The LP is like Goku for all my Dragon Ball Z people out there, right? But when it's time to power up, it becomes a stock token, and the reason why it's the stock token now because now it's able to get the rehab application along with the platform fees, right? The platform fees that's being generated all around the farm, all around everywhere, is being funneled back in to the stock vault, so it's pumping it up. So it's beefing it up. It's turning it into Super Saiyan level 2. Hopefully, we get to Super Saiyan God mode, right, guys?
Yeah. Okay, so that's the stock token. I'm interested to see how it works in, I'm very much inside of DeFi. I'm always the kind of guy, I don't read to ride a bike. I just get on the bike and I ride it, and then we see how it goes. So I'm excited to play around in this. I love new approaches to DeFi and new ideas, and this definitely is a new idea, which is fantastic to see. Because it's fresh ideas, that's what brings new interest and excitement for a launch. So definitely. And if anyone's just joining the stream right now, there is a pre-sale for this, and it is beginning very soon. So you need to get up to date with everything that's happening with Pulse Capital. So we have a second token as well, which is the PCAP token, right? So what can you tell me about PCAP?
So PCAP is, as I mentioned before, is the native emission tokens off of the platform. So the Capital Farm is going to be minting a portion of that. Heart Fund is going to be buying a portion and minting a portion. And that's essentially all the ways, all the inflation ways for PCAP, right? But there's also a lot of some of the fees are getting converted from PCAP. There's also some revenue, I believe, being used to buy PCAP, but these are on the smaller amounts.
Okay. And there's 3 pools with the potential to add more pools in the future. I'm sure it's not too hard to add another pool if you need one, right?
Right.
Yeah, and no fee in, no fee out, and no lock, right?
For the non-native based pools, I believe there
Yeah.
is a 1% deposit and 2% withdrawal, right? But any of the capital farm pools that have PCAP in it won't have any fees, right? But for instance, the eDIE WPLS pool
Yeah.
for capital farm is going to have a 1% deposit and 2% withdrawal fee.
Cool. And just normal V2 style farming, no lock on capital, can withdraw, deposit and withdraw while paying the fee, but freely, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Okay. So it's first the PCAP can be put in there, and then we have again the Heart Fund, which also has the option. So you were saying before, I didn't quite catch it with the Heart Fund. It's the APR is going to be. Did you say the APR might be higher in the Heart Fund?
Yeah, so the Heart Fund is actually pegged to about 1.5x of the PulseX. So if you go to PulseX, you'll notice that the APR is exactly 50% higher.
Cool.
And we're using about, I believe it is 75% of the reapplication is being used to create stock and pay the user. And then the other 75% are PCAP emissions, right? So even though this one is paying users 50% more or about 25% more of the capital farm one, it's actually less emission based, which is generally good for the platform, right? Because we're minting less PCAP tokens.
Yeah. So both the capital farms and the Heart Fund pay out the PCAP token as a reward, right?
Correct. And then the Heart Fund is also paying out stock tokens.
Yes, but you have to stake stock to earn stock, right?
So for the Heart Fund, you have to stake both stock and LP to be able to earn anything.
Yes.
So if you approve, you're going to have to stake up 25% worth of stock and 75% worth of LP to be able to earn anything.
Okay, cool. That's pretty good as well, actually. And the same thing goes if you want to move out your LP and your stock token from the pool.
Correct.
Can just claim out. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So the stock token does it have an emission cap or not?
So the stock token isn't emission based. The stock token has to be bought up, right? So for every stock token that's created, there's one LP backing it. So it's always pegged, and there's 100% proof of reserve for it.
Okay. We have a question from Mitch St. Pierre. When we launching? You missed the start, Mitch.
I believe we are launching, guys, on November the 8th at 11 a.m. EST time. That's, of course, the date could change if anything happens. Of course, we never know. But the pre-sale ends on Wednesday at 12 a.m. EST time. We are going to take a couple of days to do what we need to do. And then on Friday, we are going to launch at 11 a.m. EST. That's Friday, November the 8th.
Yeah, Mo Crypto's on top of these things. He's like,
yes, Mo.
Like an AI. Great. Okay, so I feel like I'm getting an idea now from guiding through on exactly how this works now. I like it, actually. So because you're earning stock from the Heart Fund, the emission of the stock earned from the Heart Fund, where does that come from? From the hypothecation, or?
Yes, exactly. So the reapplication is being converted from ink into DAI Pulse, paired up, and then converted into stock tokens. And then the cool part about that is when users, for example, don't claim their stock tokens, the stock token is still earning reapplication, right? So staked stock, earned stock, or stock paired up with liquidity are still earning reapplication, and all of that reapplication goes to the stock vault.
Wow. Okay. So you could just sit it there, keep earning, and know while you're not claiming your rewards, you're actually earning extra rewards. It's fantastic, actually. So here's a big question. What are the risks of Pulse Capital? Would there be any risks? Can you foresee any? Or how did you manage to work around the risks of yield farming with Pulse Capital?
So the main way we're counteracting it is actually we're using reapplication to support the actual farm token, right? So normal farms would essentially just be printing quite a bit of farm tokens. With us, the APRs are a lot more reasonable, so we're not having any major inflation. And on top of that, we are also using a lot of the reapplication to support the PCAP token, right? So when we use reapplication, we don't have to pay as much PCAP because we can pay them directly with the reapplication rewards, and that way we're having reasonable inflation, and we're also reducing that inflation by using ink as the reward payout for some of the farms.
Okay. So you can also earn the ink. The ink is sold into
stock,
PCAP into stock. Okay, before paying it.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. Because we come into. I'm just having a quick look at the PulseX. Currently, the farms sitting around about average of about 50% APR for the PulseX farm. So it means that you could see a APR depending on, of course, the incentive price. Because if incentive goes up, then of course you're going to be, wow, I've got $500 of unclaimed rewards in here. I have no idea.
What?
Sorry. Yeah. Just
$500.
Yeah, I got $500. So, yes, because as incentive goes up in price, then the APR in PulseX farm goes up, and then as that happens, then your rehypothecation, of course, gets stronger, and the APRs in Pulse Capital would also raise, right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the most I would say that's the most powerful part that people got to understand, that when the PulseX farm starts to beef up and the APR starts to go up, that means Pulse Capital is going to beef up even more. So essentially, we want people to not stake on the PulseX farms and come stake at Pulse Capital, because if you're earning 50% yield boost, right? Let's say the APR on Pulse Capital is 100%, but on Pulse Capital, it's 150%. There's no reason why you should leave your LP on PulseX, because you are going to come to our farms. You are going to get 150%, right, of that APR that PulseX have. And then this is a type of farm that's built right on PulseX. So the rewards are contingent and is backing by PulseX itself. So that's really like the end game. If we could take all the liquidity, although I mean in a perfect world, out of PulseX and put it into our farms, this could have millions upon millions of dollars into it. Because why would I put $1,000 in PulseX at 100% APR when I can put $1,000 in Pulse Capital at 150% APR, and it's backing by PulseX itself, right? So
So, and the longer that this runs for, the more people will be confident that the system is proven and it will continue to grow. So if we're thinking then about the app is launching on PulseChain, why did you choose to do this on PulseChain? Well, I know before you had Warren on PulseChain, right?
Oh yeah,
and that was also big into the Pulse with DAI LP as well. So clearly, you guys are fans of Pulse DAI LP, right? So
I could start off. For me personally, I think PulseChain has a huge future. I think Richard Hart is a genius, and I think Richard Hart is a person that wants to win. Like I am a type of person that don't really invest into projects because of the tokenomics most of the time. I just look at the team. It's kind of like a basketball game, right? I look at all the players. The players doesn't really matter to me most of the time. It's about the team. How does the team work together in order to win that championship? And I think that Richard Hart is the type of person that's a one-man team that wants to win a championship. He wants people to know that Pulse Capital, that PulseChain is the number one chain in crypto, and he's gonna die trying, right? And the blood, sweat, and tears that he's gonna put in is gonna make the ecosystem flourish, along with the sacrifice wallet that he has and the strategies that he has in order to pump the whole chain. So for me personally, I definitely believe in Richard Hart. So if I do believe in Richard Hart, then that means I should build in the Richard Hart ecosystem. And I'll let Math and Nomad answer that question as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been pretty big on reapplication, and I think we've all seen kind of how far PulseX has gone in the past, right? We're way down from that point, but even right now we're seeing great numbers on PulseX, and it just seemed like the optimal choice, both in terms of assets probability going up and the stability of the farms, right? So yeah, PulseX is very very interesting to build on.
Great. Is Richard Hart's court case anytime soon? Sure, I read
Yes,
somewhere it was quite
I
soon.
believe it's on the 31st.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's in a couple
That's in
days.
2 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that could, in theory, begin the recovery of the PulseChain price as well. Could.
Yes. That's why
Things
we
could
don't want
align.
to have it and die because we don't know what could happen with the case, how the sentiment could change. Could be bullish, could be bearish, could be in the middle. Who knows? But at least we have the die ready, ready to take action or ready to wait a couple of days or whatever to get the best price, because we definitely want to launch at the bottom, because the key here is we want to take flight. We want to go to the moon. Okay, so how are we going to get to the moon? Well, first we need to step on the ground floor, right? And the ground floor is going to give us the most X's, right? So if we could time that, right, we can see like some crazy APRs, some crazy numbers. I believe we had the same strategy for Warren. We launched Warren, and when Pulse was at the very bottom. So when Pulse started to go up that couple of X's, right, in price or whatever it was doing, like Warren was going bananas and our TVL was going to like almost $1 million. So we want to do the same thing here, and that's why we took our time, and that's why Math been working so hard. Nomad be working so hard, but we want to launch it at the right time, and we believe that after the case should be like the signal for it to maybe dip a little bit more or start to moon. So we want to set our steps right now at this time, because this is probably going to be the best time to launch, our project.
Yeah, because the incentive price, the Ink token now is, I'm trying to find the price here. Yeah, $2 now. So I mean, this is a token with an all-time high of almost $10, and now we're sitting at $2. It's been floored for a while. So I do agree that it is perfect time to start this. Perfect time. We have a couple of questions here about the pre-sale, which is good to see. We have first from Advisory Vines. Why is there no hard cap if everyone buys in? There will be no buy pressure and more seller at launch, or am I wrong? Okay, good question. So what was your decision not to put a hard cap on the pre-sale, or is there a hard cap?
Matt?
What do we think?
Yeah, so as of pressure, essentially, since the majority of the funds going into pre-sales and stock tokens, there's really no negative. There's no negative implicity on that, right? Because there's no way to actually, remove any value from that. It's always going to be worth one die. And as of the PCAP, getting more people in on PCAP and kind of setting the base price at a higher liquidity is always a positive thing for the platform, right? Especially considering that we're not having hyperinflation, so there's not going to be 50-60,000% APR and the token drops like 90% like a lot of farms do, right? And being able to kind of set that at a good price and having a larger quantity of liquidity on launch is also going to help the token or prevent the token from doing a 50x and then dropping another 50x right after, right?
Yeah.
I guess there is a hard cap on the wallet, on the amount you can buy with per wallet, right? You said before it was max. Yeah,
it's $50 as a minimum, which means you can essentially just do $50 multiple times if you want, and then there's a $5,000 hard cap.
Yeah, that'd take a while. Okay, good. Sorry, Max. What were you saying?
No, I was going to say that if you guys look at the ratio, like Matt was saying, right, 25% PCAP, 75% stock. A lot of platforms that launch a farm, they put a pre-sale out and it's 100% in the reward token, right? So what investors do, like a person like me, right? I will wait for the price to pump, let's say 5-10x, and I'll probably dump half those tokens or more than half, right? And then take that little piece and then maybe put it into the farms, right? So we know the token is going to pump, right? But we essentially don't want the token to pump to a great amount where it's going to dump, even harder. We want a nice steady pump where it could actually trade sideways. So the only way to do that is to have 25% allocated to the PCAP token, because 25%, if someone actually dare sells it, right, it won't really hurt the platform versus 100% of their pre-sale bag in the Pulse Capital. So because you're getting 75% stock, you can use the stock token in the stock vault. You could use the stock token with the PCAP, and we're also going to have a PCAP stock pool. I know it's not on the actual site right now, but we're going to have a PCAP stock pool where you are going to be able to essentially pair up your PCAP with your stock and put it into that pool to earn as well. So think about this. I know a lot of people might want to strategize and say, hey, I want to get all my tokens in PCAP, but think about all the other farms that launched and did it that way. What ended up happening, right? So we're taking a different approach, and we're saying to ourselves, we want a farm that can actually last, and these are the specific tokenomics that we have to use in order for everyone to win.
It's a good answer. So another part of this video that we wanted to touch on is the social media presence for Pulse Capital, because you just opened them yesterday, right? Or was it yesterday or a couple days ago? The Telegram, are you muted? Oh, got you. I think your microphone's
sorry. Sorry about that. Let me share my screen. We are back. We did open our social media. We do have the Telegram open. We do have our Twitter presence. We got Crypto Mischief right here as our first live AMA. Super excited. And of course, we do have our intro video over here. We got our little farm bat car over here, tractor, and we're just trying to build out the social media presence. Of course, we have only 57 followers. I believe the Telegram, we have 100 members in the Telegram. So we want to grow, of course, but we don't want any bots to like invade and inflate all the numbers. We want organic growth. We want real people that want to come in and actually conversate and ask questions and stuff like that. So make sure you guys follow us on Twitter. Make sure you head to the Telegram. If you want to find, of course, the real link for the Telegram, all you got to do is go to the Twitter space, right? And it's right here. That's the Pulse Capital portal, which you're going to have to click to go to, and then you're going to verify that you are human, right? And then you are going to be sent to our official Telegram. This right here is going to be our website for the actual launch. Of course, this is pulsecapital.io. It's not working yet, obviously, right? But all the links are right here for you guys, so you won't head to somewhere strange land.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's important for, if you're watching this right now and you're thinking, yep, I'm interested in getting into Pulse Capital, I think this looks like a good project. In my honest opinion, if I give you my honest opinion of this, I think it looks like a brilliant project on PulseChain. I think it's going to do really well because it's offering people exactly what they want on PulseChain, which is liquidity-based DeFi. It is one of the most important things. Richard Hart is all about liquidity. Look at what he's creating with PulseX, and it's just offering a boost essentially on your APR that you would be earning anyway in PulseX. We had a comment from Gianni earlier who just said that he was only, he's stuck. I was stuck on LP on Pulse and nothing more, and there are a lot of people like this. They're in PulseChain, they're on PulseX, and they want to try and capture more yield. They want to diversify their portfolio into other places, and this is offering exactly that. And new shiny object syndrome is a real thing, for sure. It's been a while since there's been a promising launch coming up in PulseChain. So, in my opinion, I'm going to be going hard into this presale, and I will be enjoying reaping the rewards from it. Right. Yeah. You know, it's
Also,
well,
just talk about the marketing. Like a lot of projects, they launch and they are in hopes that people are going to see our platform. So when you're joining Pulse Capital, you are going to get the best. Like look at Richie. We got Crypto Mischief,
yeah.
right? All-star right here doing this live stream. So we're gonna have a ton of people talking about this project, not because we're actually forcing them to talk about it, but they actually believe in this project. Like we actually went through the tokenomics with them. We told them exactly what our plan is, and they really appreciate how we're trying to present this platform out to the people. So you are going to get strong marketing when it comes to this project, and hopefully we are going to get to the crypto coffees and get to all the hexicans and the potions and all the other people in order to one day hopefully get them to talk about this project too.
Yep, for sure. I was talking to a couple of PulseChain OGs the other day on a stream, so I'll definitely be firing this to them so that they can check out as well. They're building what is it? They're building they're aggregating Titan X to bring it to PulseChain. Essentially, looks very interesting. Called Pulsar.win. So
wow.
I'll definitely be firing this to them. But yeah, I was even looking through the ambassadors you've picked up. So you have Stanabrizi, who is one of the most successful crypto DeFi or DeFi YouTubers I've ever seen. And also Rector Riches, who's Thomas G, who has been doing this for 8 years or something. He was the first YouTuber I watched, actually, Thomas G.
Yeah.
So he knows his stuff. He can deep dive into this project. He loves these kind of dApps. You have Scott the Investor, very, very trusted in the space. You have Jamie Crypto, Crypto Pride, Drip Millions, Legacy 7 Crypto, Warrior DAO, Drip to Wealth, Experience Crypto 24/7, and Crypto Neptune, and Moonshot Max, all backing up this project. It's huge lineup of, that you've set up.
We do have a couple more guys though, Richie. We do have two more guys. They're not on the pre-sale dApp, but they are going to be alerting their peoples about this project, and they're pretty huge. If you think Stud is huge, they're huge as well. So we have people also in the background as well working. So just don't think it's just 14 of us on the dApp. It's actually I would say close to 20.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All-star cast. It says Uncle Rick from the Warriors says, pick Uncle Rick.
Pick Uncle Rick.
It rhymes. Crypto Cuban in here. He says all-star cast. Let's see Crypto Cuban. Yeah, the ambassadors earn a referral reward for doing it, is to answer Jason Darpa's question. Because of course, in the crypto space, work needs rewarded. That's how work works. Yeah. Don't make the last kid for don't make me the last kid for dodgeball. He's playing the sympathy vote to get your choice. Smart.
I think a lot of these guys are gonna come with like creative ways to get people to jump on their team. I think it rules this sense of competition, as well as, you know what, let me think of something creative in order to get people to come on my team. I know with me in my Telegram, I told everybody that I have a surprise for them if they use my link, because when we started with Warren pre-sale, it was in my Telegram, and we raised $50,000. So I said to them, because you guys been so loyal, I'll have a surprise for you for whoever uses my link. I'm not trying to shield my link right now or whatever, my team. I'm just saying, I know people are gonna find creative ways to get people to join their team.
Yeah, of course, always comes. This, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. It's here is the Elite Hacker Nation. He had a couple questions I missed. Wait, so what is the range starting off in APR now that I know it's meant to be like PulseX? I guess Matt, you might be able to answer this question.
Yeah, so the capital farm range are going to be roughly about 125%, right? So for the PulseX APR, let's say it's 60, is going to be closer to 80, 70, some range between there. And then the Heart Fund is a little bit different. It's 150%, but it's actually getting the data directly from PulseX, so it's always going to be 150%.
Yeah.
What about the APRs at the start, Math? How much when the pool has 0 funds in there, how high
So
is
when
this?
yeah, so when the pools have 0 funds, the capital farms ones are going to have a technically an infinite amount of APR, right? But as soon as people
Sounds
kind
good.
of jump inside, it's going to stabilize, and then we will be maintaining the emissions to kind of always try to keep it above 125%, right? That's the goal.
Yeah.
So
And of course,
just to let you guys know, the APR is not going to be 80% at the start of the project. It's going to be very, very high. It's going to be very, very, very nice. So for the ones that think that, okay, we're going to launch and the APR is going to be same 5%, that's not going to be that bullish. No, it's going to be very, very high. Obviously, when more money jumps into the pool, it's going to start to lower, and math is going to use his math brain to try to, use the numbers and try to scale things up or scale things down and do what he does. But first day is definitely where you want to jump in. You would definitely want to get your toes wet on the first day.
Yeah. So, Nomad, you've been very quiet today.
Yeah, I'm just letting the guys do all the work today. I'm just relaxing.
Nice.
I did all the work on the UI. It's time for them to work too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great UI that you've made. It fits with the PulseChain narrative perfectly. And
yes, I think I used all the PulseChain colors. I think I've all
Yeah,
I don't think I could ever make a PulseChain app with PulseChain colors again. I've used all the colors for Pulse Capital.
Yeah, the pink, purple, blue.
Yeah.
Nice. So do you also work with the graphics and that side of the project as well, or now you're retired?
No, I still do some freelance work, so you might still see me here and there. Some other teams doing some work, doing some UI work for some other projects. Like for example, I did UI for Morpheus.
Oh, Morpheus. Okay, nice. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of your UIs actually. They're great. Man's got skills.
Yeah.
Mr. Nomad.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Must be good actually when you do the UI. It's stressful at first, and then you finally get up to launch, and you're like, I'm done.
Yeah, because I feel my personal work is more stressful because I don't just do the design like a client or someone works like with Pulse Capital. I had to make sure that the user experience was spot on. Like if Max is testing the UI and he has problems navigating, kind of like when we were testing last week, we needed to add some alerts and notifications so Max could navigate around. So you know what, many if you think you're completely done with the work, then as a user, Max comes in and says, "Oh, I can't figure this out. I can't figure that out." Then I have to go back and think, "Oh, what can I do to improve this user experience?" So that's kind of like why we have the dashboard there, because there's so many aspects to the protocol. You can't keep jumping around. So the dashboard is the point where you, for example, you can claim all your rewards, check the value of your assets in the protocol. Like if you can jump to the dashboard, I can just walk you through that. So for example, you can see that's what gives you all the information about the protocol, the TVLs for the stock, for the capital farms, hard farm, stock pool, stock market cap, and the liquidity. If you can scroll down a bit. So if you scroll down to my assets and wallet, this is the convenience I borrowed from, I think, shout out to drip rate or drop rate. I can't remember which project had like a dashboard and kind of like took that idea. So here we can see
Pulse rate, maybe.
Pulse rate, yeah. Shout out to Pulse rate there. So I took that idea and
that's a good one.
I put that here, like see, we have your reward. So without even going up to all the other pages, you can see the value of all your assets across board. You can claim all your rewards. Of course, there'll be multiple transactions. And you can see everything. You can see your wallet balance of PCAP stock and the native token, of course, PLS. Then your transactions across the entire protocol is going to be showing up here. Your transactions across all the protocols. So if you go to click on that select protocol drop down there, click on it. You can see that up there. Yeah, you can click on that. So you can see it helps you narrow down. So in case you're missing a transaction, you're wondering what you did with what, you can basically filter down to everything. So it helps the user it helps keep our users on the site and keep them on one page. They can most people like me, for example, when we launch, I'm mostly going to be on this page. And that tab will be pinned all day, every day, just watching the values go up and down. So these are kind of the conveniences you have to have in your UI for protocols to make the user experience good, because I've seen so many protocols where the tokenomics is really good, but the UIs are usually really bad, to the point where people just say, "Oh, you know what? I can't waste my time with this. I just click off."
Yeah. Good work.
Oh, then at the bottom also in short. Okay.
Says you're the best UI
shout
guy.
out to Mitch. Shout out to Mitch. So also a little additive was I thought to add a little FAQs to the bottom of every single page. So we'll have to filter this properly so that the relevant each page can just have a some question and answer just to help them along the page, just to basically help the user experience. So still dummy text in there right now. We're filling that into it.
Yeah. So the white paper we were saying before the stream started, I was just asking about the white paper. It should be ready by today or tomorrow. Was what you were saying?
Yes,
Max,
the white paper
right?
should be ready by today or tomorrow. We're going through the same process where we're trying to make sure that the white paper makes an easy read for everybody, because you and I know, but most people do not read white papers, man. And they come to the Telegram to start asking 1,000,001 questions. So we've had different versions of the white paper already, but we're trying to like dumb it down. I'm having Max read it and some other guys supporting us in the back end read it and trying to make sure they all understand it, because you could just put a bunch of text in there. People will still come to Telegram to ask questions anyways, so trying to make things easy for the potential investors.
Cool. I think math is so smart. That's the problem. Math is so smart when it comes to building projects.
Oh my god!
When a math talks, it's like you need like Google or like AI with you in order to like dissect the things that he's saying. And then I'm like, yo, math, people can't understand what you're saying. I mean, I do a little bit, like 50%, but we need to like bring it down to regular level here. So that's why it's taking so long, because we want to make sure that everybody reads the white paper and they understand every line, and it's simple to understand. So it's I'm taking time because math is so smart.
Well, here's a question for math then. For another one from Elite Hacker Nation. So if PCAP is in a perfect world supposed to replace or act like ink, are you saying we could see the price go up to $5, $10, $15, maybe even $50 per token, since APRs are not starting off in the thousands of percents?
Yeah, I'd say that due to how everything is structured and the fact that we're actually essentially taking all of the replication and feeding into the platform, I'd say that PCAP is going to have a lot more stability and hopefully see a lot of growth, at least of that of Ink, if not more, right? Basically, because we're essentially just using the replication from Pulse 6 and then putting it into the platform, and then we have our own essentially benefits on the platform itself, right? So we keep all of the pros from Pulse 6, but with none of the cons.
Good. That was a good answer, because as well you didn't give any price predictions, which is always a dodgy area. But yeah. It's a good question. Elite Hacker Nation, he's been asking the tough questions in this stream. So we've been going an hour now, so probably about to good time to wrap it up. If you guys have anything to end with, now is the time. What I guess can remind quickly about the details of the presale, which is most important to get into. Let's try the presale page. Max, what's the dates for the presale again? I'm awful with dates.
The presale is going to start on November the 1st at 12 p.m. EST time, and it's going to end on November the 6th at 12 a.m. EST time. The minimum deposit is $50. Sorry, and the maximum deposit is $5,000. Even if you deposit, let's say $1,000 today, and on Saturday you win the lotto and you want to deposit another $3,000, you can do that. As long as you pick the right team member that you want to deposit in, it's fine. Of course, we are trying to launch on November the 8th at 11 a.m. EST time, but of course, depending on what's going on. But those are the hardcore dates that we have in mind. We also have a lot of things that's going to be done on the site as well. Make sure that you understand that the pre-sale ratio is 25% to 75% PCAP versus the stock token. We are going to have a PCAP stock pool for the people that's worrying about that. It's going to be live. The APRs are going to be juicy, and we're going to be, hopefully getting into the millions of market cap. So that's our plan. And we do have something for the NFT holders, right? I know a lot of people have been asking about the NFT holders from Warren. How are we going to, give us a little incentive, reward, or whatever? We will have that documentation out pretty soon. We are just drafting it up. so that way there will be no more questions about it. It will be pinned in the messages in the Telegram. That's why you want to follow us on Twitter. You want to join the Telegram, so you could find that out, and that should be pretty soon, within the next couple of days.
Good. That's a nice gesture. So there, Max is talking about a prior project that was launched, and they had some NFTs for the project, and they are honoring them with the launch of their new project. So you can see that it's it's a strong project with a strong team and people of honor. So that's all we look for. That's all. And great tokenomics. So let's get going with getting into the Telegram for Pulse Capital, joining up with the Twitter, following them, retweeting what they're tweeting, getting behind it. Because if you are planning to get into this pre-sale, then put your brick in and start also telling other people about it. The more people that know about this, the more successful, of course, it's going to be for you, the investor, as well. So let's get to it. Time to push. Damn right.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you to Crypto Mischief, Richie, man. He's a solid guy in the space. I've been watching him ever since I first got into crypto. I respect the things that he say and all the good products that he have. He has a lot of great projects as well that he has right now currently running. His NFT project has been doing great for the past year. I'm an NFT holder of his. He also have the Arbitrum Land.
Arbland, yeah. Yeah, it's going well, actually.
And
TVL is stable, which is fantastic.
Exactly. Yeah. So he has that. And he also has Sui Trump as well, the meme token, right?
Yeah.
So Mischief is just doing a lot of great stuff, and we're honored that he chose to come on board to help us out. And yeah, he's just a great guy. So thank you for spending time with us, right? It's been a nice conversation, and I'm pretty sure that we are going to see some nice videos from you, and we're super excited. Again, thanks to all the people that's in the chats, that's probably at work right now, running towards the bathroom, trying to listen in on the conversation. Thank you to you guys. If you have any questions, of course, we're always there inside of the Telegram. But if we don't answer so fast, it's probably because we're working on stuff, but we will answer your questions, so please be patient. But we appreciate you guys. Yeah.
Good. Do you have any other AMAs coming up, by the way, with any other of your ambassadors or?
Oh yes, we have Thomas G, Wreck to Riches. We have him AMA with him on Thursday at 12 p.m. EST as well. So Thomas G, we're gonna be having a conversation with him. Yeah, dog. So
dog.
Hoping to have a few more, but we just gotta clear out the schedule because it's so busy building out the project and working and trying to find time. That was one of the errors, not errors, but one of the negatives about our last project. We didn't do enough AMAs. We didn't really come out and really conversate a lot. So we said all the things that we didn't do right in the previous project, let's try to work on these things. So we said, let's jump on a few channels before the pre-sale starts.
Yeah, and you have a lot more of a comfortable time with this one as well, because the APRs, in the beginning, the APRs will be big, right? But in the long term, it's going to add sustainability as it continues on, which is, it gives you a lot of time to, discuss and talk to more different, we've got to break into more circles and more bubbles in crypto. That's 100% what we need to do as well. So gives you a lot more time. Good. Excited for the launch. And thank you very much for coming on the channel. Nomad, Math, see you guys later.
Thanks for having us.
Sure, everyone. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Cool. And Max, see you later as well. Bye, guys.
Don't get wrecked.
He said it best himself.